Hi, and welcome back to Let's Play EG. Today we're doing our violent run of Sector 9. What EG said there is kind of true, actually. Sector 9 is more or less a security checkpoint. There's a lot of doors that we have to go around and hit switches to open. Mainly, we'll just be like, oh, here's a door we can't open, go into the side area, find a switch, open that door. And there'll actually be a whole part where we have to run around and hit multiple switches to open up a single door. But more on that when we get to it. You'll actually see in this sector the return of shredders, which normally would make me pretty excited because I love shredders. Shredders are the best part of this game. But unfortunately, this sector is a lot of small hallways, and there isn't really a lot you can do with shredders, unlike, Sector 4, where it was pretty much made for shredders. But nonetheless, if I see one, I'm not going to, pass up a chance to ride it. And there I tried to do a little drive-by and I ended up getting hit. However, I actually found a use for the Buster Gun. So, explosive shotgun makes your shotgun explode, and Buster Gun is a rapid-fire shotgun. So, explosive shotgun makes the Buster Gun a rapid-fire rocket launcher. Now, mind you, you can do more damage to yourself than the enemies with this, but I enjoyed those 20 seconds. So, over to the left here, up on that little platform from when I was killing those Kamado, we have the first security checkpoint that opened up the door way up there that was next to the nano overload. And I really gotta stop getting so obsessed about nano in these later sectors, especially in the violent runs. I mean, there's enough enemies to kill in this violent run that I'll, once again, hit max level about halfway through the sector. I could have passed up some things just to make this shit go faster. Oh, and this is cool. So, on higher difficulties, or really if you're just lazy, you may not get an explosive weapon to blow open those walls. So, this assassin pops in to blow open the walls for you. I think it's a pretty neat touch. I mean, it's just like, instead of being, oh no, I'm stuck here, it's like, oh look, they opened that up. So we've reached the second checkpoint area. This is the one I was talking about that involves hitting 4 switches. The first of which was right there. It's not really as bad as it sounds, but they do introduce us to our friends, reintroduce us to our old friends, I should say, the Annihilators. And here I think I'm being clever. Oh, you can't, oh shit. It was like, oh, you can't walk under, you're too big, and then he just breaks the ceiling open. It's like, oh, I guess you can just walk in. Goddamn. I guess, yeah, my post kind of holds true that, and if Annihilators don't take a ton of damage from fighting enemies, then they are kind of a pain in the ass to take down. They have a lot of health. I actually looked it up, it is 80. And here, I don't even know what I was doing. I was like, yes, I want to just shoot a bunch of shock splitters at this guy instead of just using the NPFB to take him out in one hit. It's like I haven't legitimately fought an elite in so long that I have just completely forgotten how to fight elites. So here's the bulkhead I was talking about. As it says, we have to hit 4 terminals in order to open it. The second of which was in that elite's room. Shredders. Oh shoot, I think I just realized something. I'll have to check later in the video. But anyway, as for now, we're just gonna go through here, hit the third switch, and take out some easy to kill Kamana. I mean, they've kind of been easy to kill for a while now, but... Oh, and watch this. Oh, down the hole. Guess I don't have to deal with him. Oh, there's a beast. Down the hole. I guess he just wants to go hang out with his friend. I think I'll leave him alone. And with that, the bulkhead is now open. So we can just go continue through the level. And now let me see if I was right in my idea. Oh shoot, you could. That's how you're supposed to do that. Okay. So, coming up here, there's a couple security doors. And actually we're about to see them in a couple seconds. What I originally thought was, oh, you can't go through here unless you have strength 9, and that's a trade-off because strength is a stat. But you could have brought a shredder down here and blown those doors open, so now I feel really dumb. Maybe I'll show that off in the pacifist run. Who knows? Except I can't because I can't bring a shredder down that aisle. Corridor. They're not aisles, they're corridors. But to get into the discussion I was going to have here, strength is kind of a weird stat because you can pretty much get 5 or 4 strength and be satisfied with it for the whole game. The max, because I'm never going to get it, the level 10 thing that you get for strength, I can't remember what it's called, but what it does is it reduces the knockback that you receive from explosive weapons, which can be completely cancelled out with teching. But the other plus is that you won't get knocked back anymore when you use the MPFB Devastator. But that's another just kind of because I've used the MPFB on bosses even, and sometimes it's actually nice to get knocked back because then you're on the ground and you can dodge the next attack. So that was the ribbon, and I actually want to address something brought up in the thread. Originally the intention for the 2 playthroughs was the violent run was going to be a 100% run, and the pacifist run was going to be sort of a speed run. That kind of tapered off near the end of the pacifist run videos, but they're still shorter than the violent run, so I guess not really. But in hindsight, I really could have picked up the ribbons in the pacifist run video, because they're not really that out of the way, and they actually do reveal a bit more, story and plot because of the different way that I'm doing the 2 playthroughs. But that's neither here nor there. I can't change the past now. So the poster. The poster's at the top of this shaft. And in order to get up there, you have to do some old-fashioned EG rocket jumping with the MPFB Devastator. The MPFB is the only gun that has enough knockback to actually get you all the way up there. Also, to not waste ammo, wait and make sure that your invincibility frames are down, or else you're just not even going to do anything. So, keep walking up to the wall, shooting it, do this 9 times. Thank God there's health here, or else you would die. Refill your health with these little pickups, and right through this door is the poster, but first EG has to express her distaste for the way we got up there. It's a poster of Annihilator Iosa, the person that we've been seeing in all the logs for so long. But also, we have a secret weapon, the banana gun. The banana gun is a little odd because it uses 1 ammo of each type to, well, shoot a banana. And then explodes. Now, I don't know if people in the thread are going to give me shit for this at all, but once again, I don't care for the banana gun at all. It's more of a personal preference of mine, I guess. Well, see, the big thing is the banana gun does not explode on contact. And I'm more of a fan of weapons that do, because I'm not very good at launching them down and then, oh yes, he's gonna fall right on my trap. So like, there I try and use it and it doesn't work, and I'm like, you know what, rocket launcher works. I kind of don't like the banana gun. It's too finicky. Although I picked it up because, you know, I wanted to show it off. And here's the thing I don't know if I've mentioned about assassins that I probably should. If you're ever fighting an assassin, try and get under a low ceiling like this. Like, don't stay in the middle of that room, stay on the sides, because assassins need a high ceiling to do their drop attack, and if you don't give them one, then they have to do the attacks where they teleport in next to you more. So it's just quicker to take them out that way. And here I've gotten the max attack, which gives us the, you know, another 10-point stat. This time we get improved reloading, which reduces our reloading time by 20%. It's actually fairly handy, and I really like it. Oh, that's another thing about the banana gun I don't like. It takes 5 seconds to reload. 5 seconds! That's really long. Like the MPFB takes like 3, I think? With improved reloading, probably. It's just, oh, it's so much better. The banana gun's really just like a joke weapon. Like, look, I made a banana gun. Which I can appreciate. And with that switch, we've taken out the third checkpoint, which was the little door down to the left here while we were fighting the Annihilator, which leads us to the final area. And wait for it. Jump! It's almost cartoonish in nature. But no, down here we'll find the Tazen Stronghold, the final Tazen Stronghold. Now I don't show it off here, but that door leading into it is uncrackable. It's like crack 20 or something like that, like something that you can't reach. Oh, that didn't sound good. Also, I like the effect of all the lights breaking, because now it's like dark. Oh god. Oh. Also, a heads up, I messed up and I can't get the supercharge in the Violent Run. I didn't give enough time to talk about it here, but I'll explain why more in the Pacifist Run. Also, this log. So yeah, that's the bad ending to that little side story. And also it's directly connected to the supercharge, which again, I'll explain in the pacifist run video. But for now, we have a big problem. So here we have a little battle spoiling because yeah, pretty much if you die to bosses at the beginning, EG will give you a little tip on how to beat the boss. And it happens immediately after your first loss, which is a little annoying, but whatever. Now, to explain more on what EG said, the gimmick to fighting Iosa is to jump up to these things and have the lasers shoot the platforms. Eventually, they will shoot through the platforms and shoot Iosa, which is boring. People say it's dynamic, but I don't know. I don't like it. It's boring. And frankly, I didn't max out my attack stat to use a battle gimmick. I used it to shoot guns. Let's talk about Iosa real quick. She has numerous weapons. She has a shock splitter. She has a splitter gun. She has a hyper gun. She has a plasma rifle. She has an MPFB Devastator, and she has a Velocithor, which is her special move, and she doesn't use it quite as often. But with your attack stat of 10, you can actually take her down relatively easily. To talk about the attack stat a little bit, because I don't think I really ever have. The way the attack stat works is for each point of attack you have in it, you get 0.1 more damage. Now this is actually significant in EG because enemies take percentile damage. For instance, the MPFB does 9 damage. So with one attack you will actually do 9.9 damage. It actually bounces out that way. Use it twice and you actually do 19 damage. It's interesting, I think. So, in fighting Yosa this way, I tried to show off a bunch of weapons, but really, Velocithor, Cyclofusion, and MPFB are your best bets. You want to do as much damage as you can, so why not just use your most damaging weapons? I'm actually getting a little low on life here, but you know, I think, frankly, there's one weapon in particular I haven't used yet. And, you know, it was hinted at last sector, and I said it'll probably come in handy. And I think it's time for a little retribution. So now that Yosa is out of her armor, she's now Yosa the Invincible and will fight us in hand-to-hand combat. While in this form, Yosa is in fact completely invincible. No weapons will do any damage to her. You can use rockets, you can use a Velocithor, you can use your MPFB. I even try and nuke here. Nothing will hurt Yosa in this form. However, as you saw earlier, you can stun her by kicking her. Keep kicking her across the entire arena. Wait for her to get knocked into the wall, and she's stunned. At which point you can crack her systems. And of course, cracking will take down her nanofield. So we have defeated the invincible Yosa. All we have left now is to meet with General Tor and somehow try and rectify this terrible situation that has happened to Earth. That's it for Sector 9, and I'll see you guys in the final sector, Sector X.